Prologue take 4, 5, 17. Doesn't matter. We're here. Hey, welcome. Aloha. Hola. I don't know anymore. That's it. That's all I got. But hey, welcome to Captain Dan's Diaries. There probably should be some cheesy pirate music in the background, but you know, I like cheese, but I ain't about the cheese. I try to keep my dad jokes to a minimum. But let's do a quick intro as to why we're here. My name's Dan, and I wanted to use this platform as more of a vlog type scenario for myself, as I try to document my path and journey for family and friends, anybody who cares, on trying to become a sailing captain and a sailing instructor in tow as well. We're going to try to jump into the world of sailing through this channel. Hopefully we'll teach some others through some of my trials and tribulations, and you guys will get some exposure and great unforgettable memory. If you speak mumble, that was supposed to say create unforgettable memories. So let's talk a little bit about myself. I live in Northern California. Grew up in the Bay Area. Definitely are all around the San Francisco Bay. But for the past 20 years or so, I've been living in Sacramento. Like for most, life's kind of been a roller coaster. I've done a handful of things. I graduated college, had a few jobs, I've gotten married, have a kid, and then inevitably got divorced, which is okay. We're okay. When I was 15, I started work, and I've worked essentially nonstop. I worked at a video rental store that was by my house that I could ride my bike to. Then we transitioned into the retail industry for about another decade, and then kind of the more emphasis on my professional career has been right around IT and providing services for probably the last 12 or 13 years. So going down the career path, trying to climb the corporate ladders, chasing promotions, and essentially working nonstop, trying to prove myself to some corporate overlord, essentially. I had a coworker of mine during a lunch tell me, I only work so that I can enjoy my vacations. And that stuck with me because at the time I only worked to hunt for that next promotion, to hunt for that pay raise. I worked to be able to say I make X amount of dollars a year. Just trying to live that quote unquote American dream. But that American dream was becoming a sense of dreaming of mediocrity. Wasn't happy with what I was doing. I was working way too much. The money came and went no matter what, no matter how much I made. It always just never seemed to be enough. So I started embracing the idea of I only work just enough to be able to enjoy my vacations. It resonated. I never saw work that way, where it was just a mechanism to be able to experience life, essentially. Life was about making money. Life was then inevitably about the job. So I felt trapped. I was staring out the window at work. It was only one window, actually, now that I think about it. And wondering, you know, what the hell am I doing? Some people would call that a midlife crisis. But I felt it more of like a seed being planted for me to start watering and understanding what the hell I was going to do with my life. It took many years, and I still didn't know at that time what the hell I was going to be doing. So fast forward a few years here, let's say around 2021. I think it was 2021, a few years ago. I ended up, this is post divorce. So I have, ended up meeting the love of my life. And we actually booked a sunset cruise in the Keys. And I've done a couple things on sailboats before, and you know, they were cool, but somehow this one just kind of hit a little bit differently. You know, the wind's blowing in the face. We got drinks in our hands. There's people on this catamaran. Dolphins come popping up to say hi as we're sailing along. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, holy shit, these guys make money providing experiences like this to other people. This is awesome. Why can't I do this? How do I do this? This doesn't seem hard. This seems like right up my alley. Board shorts and sunglasses all day long? Sign me up. So the dream was born. The seed was watered just a little bit more. I could do this. I can create these experiences. Hell, I find myself a good coach and teacher. Maybe I can just get paid to teach people how to sail. So I started doing research. How do I do this? What do I do? You know, I came to find out that, like, oh, you need to get your captain's license. You need to get these certifications so that you can charter boats. You legally can't take people out for money unless you are a certified U.S. Coast Guard captain. You want to become an instructor? Well, you got to take this slew of courses. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Kind of wishing I started earlier, to be honest. But okay, so I figure out I got to take these courses. I got to do this curriculum. I got to go back to school essentially, but for something fun. So this dream started becoming goals, and the goals start becoming reality when you have plans. So I started planning it out. What am I going to do? I'm still working at this time. I'm still grinding away, but I have an outlet. And for me to get to where I need to be, I definitely need to dig in here and start getting some courses taken. So I found a school in San Francisco that offers the first two courses, ASA 101 and 103, American Sailing Association, as part of the entry-level curriculum. And they had a combination course where I can knock out the first two certifications within a week. So I put my PTO requests in. I booked these courses. They sent out the textbooks, and I read them cover to cover, probably 3 or 4 times a piece. January of 2023, I jumped on the boat and put my skills to the test. I passed my tests, missing, I think, 1 on each. And even then it was like, I knew that answer type thing. So wasn't the textbook piece wasn't hard. The practical skills was awesome to show and, you know, prove to someone else that I knew my stuff, and came relatively easy. And then about March of last year, I got a job opportunity I couldn't pass up. It's still in the IT realm. So I took it, and my sailing dreams had to come to a pause because I had to commit myself to, again, kind of proving my worth to a company that ended up actually letting me go at the beginning of this year. Beginning of 2024 hasn't been good to the IT space. So I got let go about a month and a half ago. Within that month, though, I couldn't let myself sit for too long and be dragged down into the depths of the world and water of depression, and needed to make a move. And so I sat here and said, you know, maybe this is the sign to tell myself I need to take the leap, take a risk. I want to do this. I feel it deep in my bones, deep in my plums, as Will Ferrell would put it, that I need to fucking send it. So I ended up actually going back to the same school and sailing club that I did my certifications in a year ago. Saw that they had a position. It's definitely an entry-level position, kind of more of a customer service oriented space, which I'm game. That's up my wheelhouse. Like, I'm good with that. Just so I can get a foot in the door. I can learn more about the industry of sailing. What's really cool with these guys is that they also encourage their employees to continually grow and expand their sailing repertoire. Take the courses, take the clinics, get certified. It helps us as employees to better help people who are trying to take these excursions and take these leaps, if we've done them ourselves, to know what they're capable of. So I dropped a resume, made a couple phone calls, had a couple conversations with staff there to see if I was a good fit. And here we are. We're 2 weeks in on a brand new job and loving it. It's like a complete 180 to what I'm used to. You know, my girl said, "Hey, before you get in here, you're going to have to slow down." And she was completely right. I mean, I'd been running nonstop, pedal to the metal, all hours of the day for years, chasing the next follow-up, chasing the next response, ensuring that I have replied to this email, you know, whatever, to a sort of luxury commodity industry where things, you know, don't necessarily move as fast. And that's okay. Sure, I don't get paid nearly as what I used to, but in this mode, in this next chapter, it's about the experiences and it's about the exposure and it's about the constant education that is going to bring more value to me than any dollar amount. So that's how we got to today. So as we move forward, we have a couple of things that we're going to continue to grow and strive for on this channel. And again, this is kind of more of a vlog type platform, but I hope it will give people some insight as to what it takes. And, you know, and as we go even deeper into this, we'll definitely get more involved with the ins and outs of sailing, and we could talk through some things, and I can really put some more emphasis on going through the prerequisites so people that may or may not see this can feel comfortable about taking those next steps. But yeah, so my immediate next goal is to take ASA 104, continue to work my craft at this job and prove my worth here, but not to the degree where I'm going to sell my soul to some overlord. It's more of, you know, work hard but to make sure that I continue to play hard, you know, when it's a 180, when your boss is telling you like, we should go sailing next week after work. I mean, we got just the time change just hit. Sunset don't start setting here, you know, until a little later. And it's like, yeah, we should go sailing. Why not? So next steps. We're shooting for our ASA 104, but I have a couple of prerequisites I need to do before I can get authorized to enroll in that class. I have to do 6 on the water charters myself, logged with the organization before I can even apply for the ASA 104 course. So we're going to do that. We will continue to share our highs and lows, mishaps of sailing experiences. I'll talk about those stories as we go. We'll provide new updates on the job as they come to light. And this channel is our virtual deck, navigating the waters together. So thanks for tuning in. you want to get updates, you can subscribe. If you got questions or sailing stories, just drop them in the comments. So fair winds, safe seas, and I'll see you on the next video. Aloha.